And Prof, have you had exposure to any clients with tick-borne infection or vector-borne infections and EHS?
I've heard about it a lot of times here, yes, because ticks are very common nowadays due to the global warming. More and more areas, I would say a majority of Sweden is infected by ticks. So that's a common culprit indeed, yes.
Yeah. So
and not so people get it wrong. For instance, I have had a multiple number of tick bites with infections. I am not electrohypersensitive, have never been. I'm not multiple chemical sensitive, have never been. So again, that's part of being a biological being. You have a variation. Some people, just a single bite, you are in problem. Others, 1,000 bites, nothing. And animals, they can take a multitude of such bites and nothing happens.
So in my case, I've also had tick bite fever more than once, but I've got a severe infection. I've had myself now tested. And again, I want to urge listeners, it doesn't just help to treat the tick bite fever. You need to isolate which infection it is. And if you live in South Africa, that means getting the blood test done in America, where you can do proper testing, identify the strain, and get the correct strain treated.
Yeah.
You can't just have a shotgun approach to treating tick bite fever. Yeah.
And that goes for many other exposures, that you need a laboratory work that is very, very broad, but at the same time detailed for each chemical, for each provocation compound. And as you say, in some countries, that's easy, that's common. In Sweden, they would be very good at it, and in the US. But in other countries, they just don't have the resources and or knowledge.
Yeah.
But I know also, Davida, that there are other things that you risk to get bitten of in South Africa. I've heard you mention things like crocodiles and black mambas. So there are other things to watch out for.
I haven't told you. I've been bitten by a snake probably 3 weeks ago.
Oh, yeah. Wow. And which type of snake was that?
I have no idea. It was a small snake. I went down to the river and the grass was a bit long because I was going to have a picnic with my friends there. And actually with my coaching group. And we had our year-end function. And I went down to see if everything, what it looked like, because I wanted to have it cleaned. And the grass was too long. And I felt something bit me. And I didn't give attention to it until I got home. And then I saw because it's a very distinct two bites. But I'm okay. I treated it myself. I'm very good with essential oils.
Oh, thank you. Thank you. I have a friend who went to Thailand for vacation. Yeah. And in the morning, she stepped out and she stepped on a cobra snake, which is very venomous. And it bit her. But, snakes are smart because it costs a lot to produce the venom. So it just marked with the fangs, nothing else. So nothing happened, but she could have died, basically. Yeah. But it wanted to save the venom for its actual use to kill a prey, So.
No, my foot was very purple and very swollen, but I'm okay.
Oh, wow. You are a dangerous woman, and I mean it in an adventurous sense, But it's so fascinating because I saw this television program from Perth on the west coast of Australia, and the city park, beautiful, big. And they had a cut lawn for people to have picnics on, but then they had uncut parts. And every Australian knew what I didn't know, that in the uncut parts, you have a snake called tiger snake. And I think it's the number 4 most venomous snake in the world. And it is the prey for certain birds. So it doesn't get out on the cut lawn, only stays in the uncut high grass. And they had this snake expert, and he has pulled them out one by one from this. And he said that every family here knows that if the child kicks their football out into the long, tall grass, then daddy or mommy goes and get it, and they have wellies on, to protect their feet and their lower legs. And the snake is actually rather small and slender, but so super poisonous. So again, I mean, you remember I asked you how you live with these dangerous animals, and you said, well, they have always been here and I'm not on their menu. And I think that's a very wise answer, as long as you know what you're doing. And of course, you can be unlucky and step on a snake wherever, or any other animal could attack you, including ticks and whatnot, mosquitoes and so on, and you can get malaria, etc., etc. But generally speaking, if you know what you're dealing with, then I would say that the only real dangerous animal, in my experience, have always been human beings only. You never see, as I always say, a giraffe with a machine gun. It's only human beings that do all the foolish things, really, and start and end wars and problems and so. And if we just could educate people into more common sense, I hope we could kind of distract them from all these evil businesses that they are so much involved in. But that's just a silly dream of me, because maybe that will never happen.